Imagine buying a house without ever talking to a bank or showing a credit score to a grumpy loan officer. Most people think high interest rates have killed the American dream for good, but they are looking in the wrong place and asking the wrong people. While everyone else is complaining about 7% interest rates and strict bank rules, a small group of smart buyers is using a legal loophole to get better deals with way less stress. Getting a mortgage today feels like jumping through flaming hoops while a bank manager judges your spending habits from 5 years ago. It is frustrating, slow, and expensive. But there is a massive workaround used by savvy investors and regular families called seller financing. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to bypass the big banks, negotiate your own interest rate, and move into a home even if the bank told you no. We are going to break down the actual math, the newest 2024 market data, and the scary legal traps you must avoid to keep your money safe. Let's keep it simple. Usually, when you buy a house, a bank gives the seller a big pile of money, and then you spend 30 years paying the bank back with a mountain of interest. In seller financing, you just cut out the middleman. The person selling the house acts as the bank. Think about a guy named Steve who owns a house worth $400,000. Steve doesn't owe any money on the house. Instead of you going to a big bank, you talk to Steve. You give Steve a down payment directly, maybe $40,000. Then, you and Steve sign a contract saying you will pay him a monthly check for the rest of the money plus interest. Steve gets a steady income every month like a retirement check, and you get to move into the house without a mountain of bank paperwork. Right now in the United States, mortgage rates are still sitting at levels we haven't seen in decades. Because of this, many sellers are struggling to find buyers who can actually get approved for a loan. This creates a perfect storm. Recent data shows that about 38% of homes in the U.S. are owned free and clear, meaning there is no mortgage left on them. That represents millions of houses where the owner could potentially be your bank if you just know how to ask. It sounds like a dream, but if you don't do this right, it can become a nightmare. The biggest problem is something called the due on sale clause. Most houses in America already have a mortgage on them from a bank like Chase or Wells Fargo. If the seller still owes money to their bank and they try to sell the house to you through seller financing, the bank can get angry. There is a tiny line in almost every bank contract that says if the owner sells the house, they have to pay back the entire loan immediately. If the bank finds out about your deal, they can demand their hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. If the seller doesn't have it, the bank can take the house back through foreclosure, and you could lose your down payment and your home. This is why you should never do a deal on a napkin or a handshake. You need a professional title company and an attorney to check the paperwork. You also have to make sure the seller is actually paying the property taxes and the insurance. If they take your monthly check and go spend it at a casino instead of paying the taxes, the government could take your house. You might wonder why a seller would want to do this instead of just taking all the cash and running. Imagine a retired couple looking to move to a smaller place. If they sell their house for a huge cash profit, they might owe the government a massive amount of money in capital gains taxes all at once. But if they use seller financing, the IRS lets them pay those taxes slowly over many years as they receive your payments. Also, they can earn way more money this way. If they put their cash in a basic savings account, they might earn a little bit of interest. But if they charge you 6 or 7% interest on the house, they are making a much better return on their money than they could get almost anywhere else. It is a win-win. You get a home with potentially no credit check or a lower interest rate, and they get a safe, long-term investment. The secret to making this work is the promissory note and the deed of trust. These are the legal papers that protect you. The promissory note is your promise to pay, and the deed of trust is what gives the seller the right to take the house back if you stop paying. This makes the seller feel safe. To protect yourself, you must make sure the deed is recorded at the local county office. This tells the whole world that you are the legal owner. In states like Texas, Florida, or Arizona, these laws are very specific, so always use a local pro. You aren't just renting to own, you are the owner, and the seller is just the person you owe money to. It is a powerful tool in a tough market. Like and subscribe to FinHub USA for more informative videos like this. See you in the next video.